Okay, just give a few moments here for some folks to filter in. Thank you for coming to this virtual college fair. These are so incredibly important. This is a way for you to get to know these colleges and universities, especially during these difficult times, using this virtual platform. So we have some great panelists, expert panelists. This is their job, is to find the right fit for you. So they will give you a lot of great information, their contact information, to see if this is where you fit. This part is really important. The panelists cannot see or hear you. So if you have a question for any of the institutions, the best way to get it answered immediately during this 45-minute session is by using the Q&A button. It's either at the top of your screen or at the bottom. So if you click Q&A, you'll be able to ask a question to one of the institutions or to all of them. And again, your microphone and your camera are off. This is actually the last evening for this particular college fair, but there are going to be more in the future. So just keep checking back with strivescan.com. A recording of this, including the video, the audio, the chat, and the Q&A, are available with transcript at strivescan.com. And I'll put all that information into the chat for you. And with that, we will kick it off to Emerson College.
There we go. Hi, my name is Jasmine Williams. I am from Emerson College. We are a small university in Boston, so thank you so much for having us. So just to start with some quick facts, we were founded in 1880, not by Ralph Waldo Emerson, but by Charles Wesley Emerson as a school for auditory sciences. We're fairly small with just under 4,000 undergraduates and 800 graduate students, with a student to faculty ratio of 13:1, which leads to a class size of around 20 to 24 per class. We have students coming from over 49 states, including DC, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, and 70 countries. And we have 5 residence halls on campus. So primarily at Emerson, we're a school for communication and the arts. So our school is divided into 2 schools, the School of Communication and the School of the Arts. So these are our majors as part of the School of Communication. A lot of these are teaching our students how to be industry leaders in these different communication settings. So whether it be a business of creative enterprise or communication sciences and disorders, or somebody who wants to go into political communication or health communication. Journalism is another really popular one. These would all be housed in the School of Communication. And then we do have 3 global programs in the School of Communication. I'll touch on those a little bit later. Then on the other side of the School of Communication, we have our School of the Arts. So these are definitely for students who are looking for a bit more of an artistic degree. So it houses all of our BFAs, our comedic arts degrees, which was the first one in the country, and we're super proud of it. We have all of our performance degrees, whether it be acting, musical theater, or any technical theater, or just the general theater BFA. And then we also have our film degree, which is one of our most popular degrees on the campus. It's around 2/3 of our overall students. Students can pick from one of the concentrations listed on the screen, but we'll never tie you down to a certain program. We encourage you to explore just to make yourself more marketable in the future. And then we have our writing, literature, and publishing, which is also a 4+1. So you would be at Emerson for 5 years, and at the end of those 5 years, you would also get your master's. These are our global portal programs. We're starting them this year, and we're super, super excited. So we have a relationship with Franklin University in Switzerland. It's a global business of creative enterprise. So anybody who's looking for a business degree, but definitely wants to be more on like in a creative setting. So somebody who wants to go into like music production or film production, anything of that nature. And then we have our global BFA in international and political communication. So it's very similar to our domestic communication studies program, but also has that international component as well. We also have our relationship with Paris College of the Arts, which is a film art degree. So it combines kind of like a film degree and a studio art degree. You spend your 3 years in Paris, it's an accelerated degree, and then you spend your summers with us in Boston, and you have the opportunity to go to our campus in the Netherlands and in LA. And then our last one, that is our newest one as well, is ICMS in Sydney. It's another business of creative enterprise, so similar program, but instead of spending your time in Switzerland, you would spend your time in Sydney, Australia. really great program. We're really excited for all of them. So we really encourage you to stay connected to us. Our application process is pretty straightforward. We'll take either the Common App or the Emerson application. There's no preferential treatment given to any of them. So we really encourage you to explore all your options and stay in contact with us. My contact information is listed on my screen, and I'll definitely put it in the chat, or feel free to call our general admission email, our general admission number, or our Emerson admission email, and follow us on social media. Right, thank you.
All right, thank you. And next up, we have Peru State College.
All right, hello everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. I know I am. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm very excited for that. But anyways, I have been in this role for the last 5 years, and so I serve a lot of out-of-state students and international students. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll make sure to put my contact information in the chat at the end of my presentation here. Well, anyways, I like to start with this page right here to kind of show students where we're located at. We are located in the southeast portion of the state of Nebraska. And it's kind of a fun fact to know that we're Nebraska's first college founded in the state of Nebraska. In fact, we were founded the same year the state of Nebraska was founded in 1867. We are about an hour away from both the Omaha and Lincoln metro areas and 2 hours away from downtown Kansas City. Now, you can see the map of campus is just above the map of where we're located. We are a very small campus, and we have just under 1,000 students total. So we are actually the smallest out of the 3 Nebraska State colleges, which means a lot of one-on-one interaction and attention with your faculty members here. You can see we encourage students to visit both in person and virtually. We have visits that run Monday through Friday at 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. in person. And also we offer virtual visits at 3 o'clock. If you would like to have that option, we offer that as well. All right, so I'll talk about some of the basic facts of campus here. So I'll go ahead and talk about some of those. You can see here that something that kind of jumps out for students is we don't have classes on Fridays. So it's kind of fun for students to know that today is what we call a Peru Thursday or a Peru Friday, meaning tomorrow we don't have classes. So our class schedule goes Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, which is a lot of fun for students. What majors and programs do we have? Well, they're all listed right here on page 1. You can see we have the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Professional Studies that houses things like business, criminal justice, and psychology. And we also have the School of Education. We are very well known for our School of Education. When we first started out, we were the only school, obviously, in the state of Nebraska that trained teachers. A few other facts about Peru State. 19 is your average class size. We have, just under 1,000 students, like I mentioned, and we we offer free tutoring for our students here. We also pay our tutors as well. So that's kind of fun for students to know. Also, I would like to talk about kind of like the costs and also the scholarships here. So we are very proud to let students know that we don't have any out-of-state tuition for anyone. So it doesn't matter if you're from Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, or Texas, or even if you're an international student, you'd pay the same amount that a Nebraska resident would. Also, it's kind of fun for students to know that our scholarships are solely based off of your high school GPA for most of them. So at the top right there, you can see your Invest in Success Awards. Those scholarships are based totally off of whatever your GPA is in your high school. And those awards can be renewable up to 4 years. Also, the state of Nebraska put something kind of fun into effect for students interested in business, education, and criminal justice majors. Those students could be eligible for Nebraska career scholarships, even if you're not a Nebraska resident. In a lot of cases, those scholarships could even possibly double the amount of the Invest in Success Awards. And with students that have a GPA above a 3.6 or better, we would encourage Nebraska residents to apply for the Board of Trustees and for out-of-state students to apply for the No Boundaries Scholarship. Both of those scholarships are competitive scholarships, and they are both full tuition scholarships. Now let's go ahead and talk about getting started. For your seniors, our application, of course, is open right now, and our Invest in Success awards are still going. So if you're still looking for a place to attend, Peru State is still having a lot of our scholarship opportunities open. If you're a junior and you're thinking about applying, our application will become available August 1st. And the biggest question I think a lot of students will ask is, okay, if I'm interested, how do I apply? Or what are your acceptance requirements? To apply, you just have to go to our website, and we will always have a free application. It doesn't cost anything. And to be admitted, you just need to do two things. Number one, get your application in online. And then the second thing that you would need to do is just have your high school counselor send us your transcript, whether that be in the mail or email, and that's it. We will admit you. We are known as an open enrollment institution, but like I said earlier, we will take into account your GPA for our scholarships. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer the questions that came through in the chat. Thank you and have a great evening.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Missouri Southern State University.
All right. So my name is Jason Stockbridge, and I am your admissions counselor at Missouri Southern State University. Thank you for taking the time this evening to learn a little bit more about Missouri Southern. If you would like to contact the Office of Admissions or myself, please do so at the information on the left. And on the right, please go ahead and scan this QR code or copy this web address, and this will take you to our inquiry card. And if you like everything presented this evening, please go ahead and fill that out and submit that to us. I will leave this up for a few more minutes so you can scan that QR code and copy that web address. So why should you pick Missouri Southern? The faculty to student ratio is 19-1. So you're going to have that undivided attention inside and outside the classroom. Small class sizes. At Missouri Southern, every class has 30 students or less, and the student body represents 48 different countries and 42 different states. But most importantly, we offer in-state tuition opportunities at MSSU to the 8 states that border Missouri, including Texas and Hawaii. And you will qualify for the Lion Pride discount and can still receive university and academic scholarships. Also this year, we have new exciting MOSO merit freshman scholarships, and these are based on your cumulative high school GPA and your SAT and ACT scores. The high tier premier is 5,000, gold, the middle tier is 3,500, and green, the low tier is 2,000. We also have competitive scholarships, so foundations, performance, and athletics. At Missouri Southern, we're Division II. So whatever you get for athletics, you get for athletics. And whatever you get for academic, you get for academic. We don't split the two, you get both. And also we have honors scholarships. And as you can see, the deadline for that application has already passed, but due to the pandemic, we are open to accepting applications for that. And you must meet one of the following requirements in order to apply. Our city is perfect for college life. MOSO's campus is located in the beautiful Ozark Mountains, right off of historical Route 66 near I-44. And Joplin is the 4th largest city in the state of Missouri, and we offer concerts, sporting events, and nightlife. Top programs and degrees are business administration, criminal justice, teacher education, health professions, and biology. MOSO has 140 different majors to choose from for certificates, associates, and bachelor's degrees, and 6 master's degrees programs as well. So you're probably wondering what the admissions requirements are. You don't have to have all 4 listed here to be admitted. You must have one of these requirements in order to be admitted. You must have a 2.25 cumulative high school GPA, or a 21 on the ACT, or a 1060 on the SAT, or be in the top 50 percentile of your graduating class. If you like all the information that's been presented so far, I would recommend going ahead and apply today at mssu.edu/apply. Estimated tuition cost for 1 year with that Lion Pride discount is right at $14,500 for the whole year. And this is the most expensive housing on campus and the most expensive meal plan. We offer 5 meal plans and 5 dorms. And one is going online the fall of 2021, and that is called Lion Village. The other 4 are traditional quad suites and apartments. The suites and apartments fill up very quickly by the end of the spring semester. So if there's a particular dorm or a particular class that you're interested in getting into, I would recommend going ahead and apply today. Submit your official high school transcript, your test scores, and your official dual credit transcript from the college that you're taking those with. And once you submit those and are admitted to Missouri Southern, then the ball starts rolling on housing and financial aid. And how financial aid works with us is that we look at work study, scholarships, and grants, and hopefully all 3 will cover everything. And then lastly, we look at loans. So Rory and I, that's our mascot. We would like to ask, are you ready to roar at MSSU? And we hope you are. Please register for one of our signature events, join the Pride in the fall, or show me Moso in the spring. Also, we have Lion Pride visit days coming up, and these are on Saturdays, April 24th, May 22nd, June 26th, and July 17th. I will repeat those one more time. April 24th, May 22nd, June 26th, and July 17th. And you will be able to meet with the president, faculty, and staff and take a campus tour. If you're interested in those, please register at the website provided. Also, if you can't attend those, we do offer campus tours. And due to the pandemic, we do offer in-person and virtual campus tours. And those are offered Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and then on Fridays, 1 p.m. at the website provided. If you have any questions or concerns, my contact information, again, please go ahead and get in touch with me. I will leave this in the chat box for y'all to get in touch with me if you have any questions. But Rory and I are looking forward to seeing you on campus, and go Lions.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have University of St. Mary.
Hello, everyone. Give me a timer started here. I just put in the chat our website, which I'm going to be going through here in a moment. But first, I want to do something very important, and that is to wish Austin from Peru State College a very happy early birthday. Congratulations, Austin. Happy birthday. All right, let me share my screen here with you guys. Bada boom. Okay, so this is our website, www.stmary.edu. University of St. Mary is a small private school, Catholic school located in Leavenworth, Kansas. So if you don't know where Leavenworth, Kansas is, that's fine. Look at my phone, cut off that corner. This is what Kansas looks like. I know it's amazing. And then right up here by that cutoff corner, that's where we are. We are a small town located next to the Kansas City area. So 45 minutes away, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas City Royals, all that good kind of stuff, shopping, all that kind of fun stuff, okay? When I say we're small, we're about 650 to 750 students on average for undergraduates. If you count our graduate and doctoral students, we're going to be closer to 1,200. What that means for you is small class sizes. Average class size for your undergraduate classes is going to be around 20 or so. Student professor ratio is around 1 to 11. Okay, so a lot of one-on-one interaction with your professors. Some other information about the general population of USM. We're about 55% female, 45% male. It's about 20% of our student body population is Catholic, and we're about 38% minority and about 33% first-time students. Okay. So, you know, if no one in your family's ever gone to college, that's what I'm talking about. You can be one of our 33% here, okay? Now, some other cool things about the University of St. Mary. About 60 to 70% of our student body population are student athletes, okay? So if that is you, one thing you may be wondering about is how do I balance academics and athletics? That's really easy at USM. We work hand in hand. So, you know, if you're going to be gone for a game in a couple of weeks, you can work that out with your professor to maybe get a test rescheduled or something like that. Super easy. Also, you know, we have tutoring available on campus. It is free, built right into tuition. So if there's a certain area that you struggle in, you just go in there and say, hey, I need help with my math class. Hey, I don't understand this homework, and we'll help you out. Okay. For those of you that are interested in things like athletics, if I go over here to our athletics website and check out what sports we have over 20 different varsity sports available. We have your big ones like football, men and women's basketball, volleyball, all that. Some of our newer ones are men and women's wrestling, men and women's swim, esports, so play video games, get some scholarships, right? We also have a brand new women's flag football team on campus, as well as a brand new men and women's bowling team that we just announced a while back. So if any one of those sound interesting to you, come on and apply at the University of St. Mary. We'd love to have you. Other different student organizations you can join. We go over here to our student organizations area. We have things like Student Activity Board. We have Student Government Association. We have Black Student Union, Spanish Club, STEM Club, Phi Beta Lambda, which is like a business club, and of course, Campus Ministry, among a bunch of other ones. If you want to go to a place where you can start up your own club, USM is the place to be, whether that's sitting around and forming an Oreo club and eating Oreos or playing ping pong once a week, we can help you start that up. It's not that bad, okay? We're not that hard. In terms of academics, we have over 30 different majors on campus. See if I can find my academics website here. Here we go. Our top majors are going to be usually healthcare related, biology, nursing, psychology, though we are a liberal arts school. So you do have a lot of other things to pick from, okay? A lot of good programs there, like I said, especially in the healthcare area, things like pre-med, pre-dentistry. We also have pre-athletic training, pre-physical therapy, brand new pre-occupational therapy program as well. We are private, which means we don't really receive that much money from the state or federal government. However, we have a lot more leeway when it comes to scholarshiping, okay? Our scholarships for merit, which is your academic scholarships, are based solely on your GPA, and they can range for the fall of 2021 anywhere between $13,000 all the way up to $17,000, okay? Our biggest scholarship is right here, the full tuition Jubilee Scholarship. That is already done for this year, but if you are a junior watching this, then that is something you want to look forward to, okay? Requirements for that are 2 out of 3, which means either you have a 3.7 GPA, a 26 or higher ACT, or be in the top 10% of your graduating class, and you could qualify for that. It's a little bit more involved, which is why you click on that link right there, apply now for the Jubilee Scholarship, okay? Beyond that, we can do athletic scholarships that'll stack on top of that, music scholarships, departmental scholarships, honors scholarships, community service scholarships. We have a list of various external scholarships that you can qualify for, along with FAFSA and financial aid. So on average, we're about $1,000 to $2,000 less than the national average after scholarships and financial aid, and about on par with the 2 biggest state schools in Kansas. So even though we're private, please do not think that we might be too expensive. Check it out. We might be the right fit for you, okay? And of course, like I said before, if you haven't noticed already, we are Catholic, okay? We were founded back in the 1850s by the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth. Then we were an all-girls boarding school in downtown Leavenworth. By the 1870s, we moved to our current location, and that Catholic backbone has been there the entire time. Now, if you noticed earlier, I said only 20% of our student body is Catholic. That means we do not require all of our students to be Catholic at all, okay? We also do not require a certain number of chapel attendances in order to graduate. However, all of that is available to you. We have Mass every Sunday in the beautiful Annunciation Chapel on campus. We also have services on Wednesdays for students. And if you are a devout Catholic that wants to worship every single day, we do have that available as well with the Sisters of Charity right here with us, okay? If all of this sounds like something you enjoy checking out, I highly encourage you to go to stmary.edu/visit, okay? I have to get my thing here. Go to stmary.edu/visit. You can either set up a virtual visit where we can have a one-on-one with you, me, a professor, and maybe a coach. You can do an in-person visit where you come on campus. We can give you a tour of all the different facilities, including our awesome tunnel system. Or if you want to, you can do a self-guided tour. We also have various group events available that day as well, or not that day, but on our website. Things like preview day, where you can kind of check out a little bit of stuff. We also have healthcare days, things like scrub camp, and other things as well, okay? And finally, if you want to get in contact with me at all, go to admissions and aid on our website, go to incoming freshmen, scroll all the way down here, and I am Randolph Castor, the guy with the really terrible haircut on our website. I've gotten better, guys. I've gotten better. I need to get a haircut right now, but I've gotten better. So it's been nice talking with you. I hope to hear from you soon and maybe see you on campus sometime.
All right, thank you so much. And next up, we have Baylor University.
Hey everybody, my name is Mike Ameriquin. I am an admissions coordinator here with Baylor. Let me share my screen here. But like I said, I'm with Baylor. You've probably heard about us. We've had a very exciting week here in Waco, Texas, where our men's basketball team just won the national championship. So this picture that you see on the right, I'm in that picture. That's us rushing the field. That is not from this week, though a very similar scene happened this week as our students rushed the field, the football field that we were having a watch party at, watching our men's basketball team this week. So it's been a really fun week for us here on campus, but I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what you can maybe expect if you were to come to Baylor. I think the most important thing that you guys can do right now as you start thinking about college is identify those few things that are important to you in a college. What was important to me when I chose Baylor may be important to you, may not be. And so as you listen to this presentation, as you've listened to your presenters before me, and as you continue to go throughout this process, start to identify what are those few things that are very important to you. If you're interested in Baylor, you might be interested in a school that's offering all of the major large school opportunities like Division I sports, a ton of different majors. We are one of the premier Christian research universities in the country. But you're also going to get all those smaller school benefits as well. You're going to get that attention to detail, that community aspect feel from your professors as well as your other classmates. And so that's kind of what makes Baylor unique. You have all the advantages of a large major institution with still that smaller, more attention to detail from your faculty and staff here on campus. And so you heard me mention that we are a Christian university. We're actually the largest Baptist university in the world. So Baylor's a Baptist university. That does not mean that you have to be Baptist to come to Baylor or even that you have to be Christian. But what it does mean is that while you're here on campus, we guarantee that everyone is here to support you in all aspects of your life. So not just academically, but spiritually and relationally as well. Our goal is for all of our students to leave Baylor better than when they came to us. And so that's just a little bit about what that Christian mission statement stands for us here on campus. One thing that I didn't know that I was going to fall in love with as much as I did when I was a student at Baylor was just all of the different student organizations. You see here, this is our Student Foundation organization. That is a fundraising and scholarship organization that we have here on campus that I was a part of. My roommate was on a wakeboard team. I had another roommate who was a part of Model UN, and he went on into law school. Actually graduated from Syracuse Law School in New York this past year. And so a lot of really great organizations, over 300 student organizations that you can be a part of. And so I always encourage students to find what you're interested in and get involved with that as soon as possible. You don't have to wait to be an upperclassman to get involved with organizations. Baylor is actually the oldest university in Texas. So as I mentioned, we're located in Waco, Texas, kind of in between Austin and Dallas, right in the heart of Texas, but we are actually the oldest university in Texas. And so with that comes a lot of history and traditions, some things that we've been doing for hundreds of years and other traditions that are brand new. So as you see here, one of our favorite traditions is Christmas on 5th Street, where you see that snow falling, though of course we're here in Texas, so it doesn't snow that often. Those are probably soap bubbles that you see in this picture. But we get into the spirit, the Christmas spirit, and you pretend that that's snow falling. And of course, this year we had a crazy snowstorm, so you never know what kind of weather you're going to get. One of my other favorite traditions, though, is the running of the Baylor line. You see that on the right-hand side of the page. All those students running across the field. We are the only major university out of any of the Power 5 schools that allows students on the field, and that's before every home football game. So it's just a really great way to have some school spirit, to cheer on the players right before they play, and to get awesome seats before every home football game. So again, those are just some of my favorite traditions here at Baylor. And so you might be thinking, how can I enjoy all this awesomeness that Baylor has? How can I enjoy a national championship? How can I enjoy some of these very sacred traditions that we have on campus? Well, it's very easy. Our application is free. It opens up in August. You see there's a few things that we have to have. That's your online application. again, which is free. You can apply through Common App, through Apply Texas, or through our own Go Baylor application. Of course, we're not requiring test scores this past year, and we won't for this upcoming year either. So if you haven't taken the SAT or ACT, that's no problem. We can just go off of your high school transcript, and then there is one essay required. So very easy application, shouldn't take you any time at all. But of course, if you have any questions, that's where I come into play as your admissions counselor, and you can always bounce any questions off of me. So really what I want to leave you guys with today is that you start thinking about what are those things that are important to you. Again, Baylor shaped me in so many ways that I was probably unaware of during my time as a student, but I wouldn't still be here today. I wouldn't be an admissions counselor working for Baylor if I didn't truly believe in the mission of the school, what the school stood for, and how much it helped me grow as a student and now as a professional. So I owe a lot of things to Baylor University. I'm also from out of state, like you guys would be if you ended up coming to Texas. I'm originally from California, kind of San Diego area. So some of the best weather in the country coming from San Diego. I chose to give that up and live here in Waco, Texas, which I love. It's a total college town. So I encourage you guys, if you're interested in Baylor at all, if any of this sounded appealing to you, reach out to me. I'll put my contact here in the chat, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you.
Okay, great. If I could have all of the panelists come back onto the video, turn their video on. Perfect. So we will actually go in the exact same order. I won't interject. You'll just kind of, you can either play, like I said, play off each other or create your own. But if you could answer this question, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process, starting with Emerson?
Great question. So I think the advice that I would have to give is to, one, trust the process and also use your resources. I think I can speak for all of the colleagues here today that we want to see you succeed, and we don't want this process to be as overwhelming and as stressful as sometimes it can be made out to be. Just use us. That's why we're here. It's literally our jobs to make this process as easy and as manageable for you as we can.
All right. Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback off that a little bit. Yeah, so we want you to be successful, and I think that's really the number one goal of this. I would like to just say, I think the number one most important thing that everyone can do here that's watching is go visit, whether that be virtually or in person, something. One big part about finding the right college for you is, does it feel right? And I think one of the biggest things you can do is physically either be on their campus. And of course, with all the technology advances, a lot of our institutions have honestly made in the last year allow for virtual visits as well. So you may be in a state, like Nebraska, and if you want to go visit California or, Kansas and want to go visit Texas or whatever it might be, with the new technology advances, I think a lot of students need to be taking advantage of that and think about possibly visiting virtually. If you like what you see, maybe go and pack your bags and check a school out that you may not have thought about in the first place. So.
I like everything that's been presented so far, but I'm going to take it a different route, is that don't stress out about choosing a major right off the bat. Explore. It's 4 different majors. You have until your fall of your junior year to figure out what you're going to major in and what your degree is going to be in. But explore the different majors. It's good to be undecided because you have that opportunity to explore different majors on campus.
Absolutely, what everybody else said. Kind of to piggyback on what Austin from Peru said about visiting other schools and feeling comfortable at a school, definitely. Just because your mom and dad went to a school, or your sister's going to school, or your brother's going to school, or all your best friends are going to go to this school out on this side of the state, or with this state, or whatever it is, that does not mean that that is the perfect fit for you. Go do your virtual visits. Definitely, it's a good way to kind of test the waters, so to speak, and continue doing these kind of college fairs. Go to these big events, like I mentioned that we have at USM, but I guarantee you all these other colleges have big events as well. Let's kind of get that taste, and then definitely, if at all possible, get on the campus to whatever schools you're looking at, be it 1 or 2 or 5 or 6, as many as you can. Because what you want to do is you want to get there, you actually want to be there, see what it's like. If they give you the opportunity to sit in on a class, sit in on a class. talk with students that go there and see if you can, be a student there. So I guarantee you a lot of those students that go just because their friends went to a school or because mom and dad went there, after a semester or two, they're already trying to figure out where to transfer to go to another school. Okay, if that happens. And the other big piece of advice I can tell you is get accepted to as many schools as you can. It's like finding a job, guys. Okay, you don't just go to one place, turn in an application, wait a month, and if that doesn't work out, then you go to another one. I see all the counselors here like, yeah, apply to as many schools as you can. Send out your transcripts to as many schools as you can, your test scores, get accepted to as many schools as you can. And that way you can start seeing how much those schools are actually going to cost after scholarships and financial aid and all that. Because that's probably for the most students, that's going to be a big deciding factor, the financial aid portion.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything, and I have the difficulty of going last, and so probably everything has already been said. The advice I always give is do everything early, but if you guys are attending this right now as juniors, I'm sure you don't need to be told that. You guys are already on top of your exploration of colleges. So I'll just kind of piggyback off of Jason as well and just say, you don't have to have your whole 4 years or career or life planned out at this point. And I would say probably don't do that, because life is going to have a funny way of throwing things your way and changing your plans for you. So be flexible, be open to trying new majors, or I always talk to people and they're saying, well, I don't want to take out loans because I'm going to be taking out loans for medical school because I'm going to be a doctor. And I'm like, you think you'll become a doctor, and maybe you will until you take that freshman biology class, and you might be changing your major. So, and that's okay. That's going to happen for a lot of you guys. So be flexible. You don't have to have your full life planned out yet. And certainly where you guys are right now, and even where I am, being as my 4th year in admissions, I certainly don't have my life planned out yet either. So that's okay. And I think we want you guys to be able to embrace that reality.
All great pieces of advice. We have time for one more question. So I'm going to share my screen again and ask you this question, even though I know some of you went over some really cool events. If you could tell us what your favorite event or tradition on your campus is, and again, starting with Emerson.
Yeah, awesome. So being that we're a really film and arts heavy school, a really cool thing that we do, we call it the Emmys. So it's the largest student run award show in the nation. It's entirely student run, celebrates all of our students. So whether it be like best performer in a musical that somebody at our school, or even for our like communication students, we do best news article that's been posted in our anywhere, because they can post them anywhere and then submit it. So that's always really fun. It's a really great way to bring our campus together. But I think what's really great about it is that is almost entirely student run. So it is all students, it is all of them doing work. The only really like professional involvement is from some of our alumni, one of them being Kevin Bright, who is the executive producer and creator of the show Friends. He comes and helps oversees the entire thing. So that's a lot of fun. And then the other one, he helps market. He also marketed the Furby, and we say, if we can teach you how to market the Furby, we can teach you how to market absolutely anything. So, yeah.
All right. So I think my favorite tradition kind of has like, I guess, a little bit of a backstory about the state of Nebraska. So the state of Nebraska is super flat. Like, it's flat. But what's kind of interesting, and you can drive for miles and keep it straight and you're fine. I mean, if you've ever been on I-80 in Western Nebraska, yeah. But one thing about our campus that's kind of fun is we are right by the Missouri River. So one thing about the geography of our campus is it's very, very hilly. It's not like the rest of the state of Nebraska. You go 5 miles west of campus, it continues to be flat, but where we are, there's hills all over. And actually our campus was settled because it was on top of a hill. And that's kind of where and so on our campus, we every year have a running of Nebraska's toughest mile. Starts from downtown Peru, which is down at the bottom of the hill, and then the second hill is known as Gutbuster, and that's about an 80% incline. It's just 1 mile, but man, it's a tough run. And of course, the third hill ends up right on campus. And actually, my house sits on Gutbuster, so I get to make that walk every day. It does a lot of good for my exercise. But I tell you, that Nebraska stuff, a smile, is kind of a fundraiser that we do every year. That's my favorite tradition.
So I haven't been at Missouri Southern that long, but I've been here a year. But the most thing I've heard that everybody talks about is Third Thursday. And this is where the community of Joplin and Missouri Southern State University, they get together and plan this event. Yes, we have Branson, Missouri, but we're Joplin and we're the entertainment hub of Missouri. So if you know a famous musician, every musician comes to Joplin. So we always, Third Thursday is a happening thing where students can bring their parents, anybody, and we have a big old party down in the middle, downtown Joplin, and we have a band until about midnight. So we always have a fun time Third Thursday going on, and awesome food. I'm telling you, great food.
All right. So the University of St. Mary, one thing I can definitely say is that our student activity board, they're the students that help plan out the fun activities on campus. They are very active, even through COVID. They had like giant chess games going out on the lawn and frisbee golf and sand volleyball and all that good stuff. But the thing that students find they love the most, probably two things, but the one they love the most that I hear about every year is every month we rent out the local bowling alley in Leavenworth. And, student activity board pays for everything. They pay for bowling, they pay for your shoes, they pay for pizza, all that good stuff. But it's so popular that if you don't get there by a certain time, like an hour before the event starts, you may not get a lane. That's how popular, bowling is huge on campus, apparently. I'm surprised that we just now got a bowling team. And then the other thing that they do that's fun at student activity board is in the winter, we go to a place called Snow Creek in Missouri, which is like a little ski lodge, and they take our students snow tubing. So, I mean, that's pretty fun too. But I'd probably say that those are the two things that students look forward to the most, each month, and especially in the winter is things like that, definitely.
I always love attending these things because I'm like, I have to go to all these schools now. I wish I could go back to college. I would say, there's so many great traditions at Baylor, and I highlighted a couple of them. So I'll talk about one that I didn't touch on in the presentation is our Thanksgiving dinner. It's all university Thanksgiving dinner that's held right before Thanksgiving break. And so it's really just what it sounds like, a huge Thanksgiving dinner that's open to students, faculty, staff, and we even open up to the city of Waco. So outsiders can come and just get a meal. It's a really fun way to just kind of engage in the Thanksgiving tradition with your classmates, with your professors, with local people here in Waco. But definitely one of my favorite traditions, and sort of puts you in that holiday spirit right before the Thanksgiving break and then leading up to Christmas.
All right, awesome. All great advice and all great events and traditions on your campus. It also makes me want to go back to college as well. So thank you to our experts, and just a reminder to the folks out there that they are experts and their job is to help you find the perfect fit, to make sure that you can find where your next step is in a place that you're going to enjoy and flourish. So reach out to these folks, and like they said, if you can, visit their campus, and don't be afraid again to make that contact, because it is so important. Again, thank you for joining us. Thanks to our panelists, thanks to our attendees and the folks watching after the fact, of course. If you are here and you leave, you'll be asked a 4-question survey, and that's incredibly helpful to us. There are no more sessions for this particular fair, but there are going to be more in the future, so stay tuned. You can find a recording of this video, audio, and chat on our website at strivescan.com. Again, thank you so much and best of luck, and have a good night.